recon week this week. Let's get to our mobility. It's gonna be open books to start with. We're doing 2 mobility drills today. The first one's gonna be open book. So we're gonna take you can start in a fetal position here and keep the knees up. Top hand is the one that you're moving. Big inhale. Exhale, open up the book. So your upper and mid back are the ones that are moving. The parts of your body that are moving. If you need to, like I do, most of the time, because I'm so tight in my hips, is I hold that top knee down so I can get more of a stretch. So inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up and over, trying to get the shoulder, hands touch the floor on the opposite side. All right, next up on our list, Frankenstein walks. So we're gonna do about 50 feet. Ideally, you keep your hands straight out so they're parallel to the floor, and then try to keep your legs straight and touch your toes, alternating steps. So key component is to not round to try to meet your hand to your toe, more so try to bring your foot up and get that hamstring stretch, opening up the hips. All right, warm up. It's gonna be 60 seconds each exercise. We're doing 3 rounds. So exercise 1 will be 60 seconds of work, and then 30 seconds of rest before you get to the next exercise, and then 60 seconds of work, and then 30 seconds of rest before you get to the next exercise, and then 30 seconds of rest before you get into that bear crawl. That would be round 1. Round 2, we're gonna be giving you 15 seconds of rest. And then round 3 is gonna be 5 seconds of rest. So we're decreasing rest each round, same 3 exercises, same amount of work time each time. Does that make sense? Cool. All right, first up, bear crawl. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, popping up an inch or 2 off the ground, trying to keep that back nice and flat, and you're alternating. Hand and knee hovering above the floor and ground, taking a nice bear crawl position. You get to a certain part in your house or home, Kim, you can go here all the way, right? But you're gonna have to reverse that at some point. So work on some hand-eye coordination, still keeping hips nice and low, keeping the back flat, and you can walk backwards. Again, it's timed amount, so it doesn't matter how far you go. Next up, pop up. Lying flat on your back. The idea is just to pop up a little bit, flatten that lower back, round the front part of your body, squeeze the quads, get your shoulder blades off the ground, and then come back down. Back down. Then back down. So as soon as you come up, establish that stability, core is nice and tight, and then come back down. Small little micro reps, but make sure that lower back is smashed into the ground. In your third exercise, it's gonna be a skater jump. So it's gonna be a lateral jump. Here, try to absorb that, press in. So the more warmed up you go, maybe the lower you can get on that squat. Establish stability, and then go to the other side. We're doing 60 seconds of each exercise. Ready to rock? All right, here's how it's going down. Your work period is basically an intensity center for the rest of your workout. We're giving you kind of a little bit of freedom here to figure out how hard you want to work for the remaining part of the workout. Let me explain. So we're going to do 5 exercises. Body weight exercise, a dumbbell exercise, a medicine ball exercise, a kettlebell exercise, and some kind of cardio exercise for a minute of each. You're going to do a minute of work, a minute of rest, 1 round of every exercise. Now, you're going to count your reps. And that's going to determine what your finisher looks like. So you're going to times whatever number you got in that window, in that 1 minute window, by 3. And that's how many reps you're going to have for your chipper, for your finisher. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
But it's a lot of work. But again, you're determining how, if you want to really sprint through those minutes and get a lot of reps, then you're going to multiply that by 3, which is going to be even more reps for your finisher.
So we're going to do the same 5 exercises for the finisher?
Yep.
Just times 3.
Just times 3. Yep. So let me explain each exercise. First is a sprawl. Sprawl is basically the bottom half of a burpee. So you're in that athletic stance here, dropping down, right back up into that athletic stance. So you're trying to whip your hips underneath. You're trying to whip your hips underneath as you lift your head up, but stay in that athletic stance. That's a sprawl. Next up, your dumbbell exercise for today is going to be a hang clean, which is hanging right below your knees, clean right to your shoulders, and then a press. Okay, you want to use your hips, extend with power and speed, and at the same time, you're drawing those elbows up, trying to get those dumbbells to your shoulders, and then press. Okay, dumbbell hang clean. Next up, best friend sit-ups or butterfly sit-ups, however you want to word it. Feet together, knees out, butterfly position with your hips. Medicine balls back here if you have one, if you choose to use one. But you're going to pull with those arms, whip yourself up into a seating position. Come back down 1 vertebrae at a time. Okay, medicine ball sit up. Next up, kettlebell swing. 2 components that I'm looking for: hip hinge and flat back. Also, when that kettlebell comes forward, what are you doing with your core? Bracing down. You don't want to overextend the back. Okay, to get in position, you're in a natural athletic stance here. Tip that kettlebell back. That's going to fire your lats up and help keep those shoulders back. Here, keep the kettlebell above your knee, close to your zipper. Done. Park it right back down, and that's your kettlebell swing. Your cardio component could be row, bike, jump rope, burpee. At home, burpee, jump rope, jumping jacks. If you have a row, if you have a bike, whatever you're doing. If you're doing rows, indoor rower, you're counting meters for that minute. If you're doing bike, you're counting calories. And if you're doing an exercise that involves reps, obviously you're counting those reps.